in the building, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? This is your Tuesday night version of Can't Sleep Cowboy. You know how it is, man. You got a couple angry ass Cowboy fans over here. Can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? We got a little nightcap. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap it up for the night. Got angry ass Sue on the right hand of us, looking crazy in the mug. You know what I'm saying? But it is your boy West Coast. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let's have ourselves a great show tonight, man. I got my cuzzo on the line. He's gonna bring his expertise, you know what I'm saying, to this Cowboy stuff, and then I'm gonna bring y'all some expertise with a little entertainment value. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, it is your boy West Coast. This is Uncut Cowboys, and we about to get this thing popping, man. So as soon as my thing loads up, we gonna go. We gonna start talking about what we came to talk about tonight. But man, let's get this thing popping, man. So as soon as my thing loads up. There we go. Sounds like we're all good. Hey, GA, let me get a big hell yeah real quick. Make sure your sound and everything is good.
Hell yeah.
All right, we good. Hell yeah. He said it must loud.
Already.
All right, so
you
let's go.
Country boy, man.
Old country boy. Yeah, old country boy. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, we up in here, man. We live in the building. We are doing our part, so make sure y'all do y'all part. And let's start this show off right, man. So y'all already know whenever West Coast goes live, there is two things you guys must do. The first thing you must do is you must hit that share button. So I need everybody right now to go in and hit that share button. Hit that share button for your boy right now. What up, Nelly Rogers? What up with you, Medea? What up with you, Auntie Inez? What's up with you, Larry? Larry, what's up with you, my boy? Appreciate you for stopping by. The Spur, man, appreciate you for those 200 stars. Who else we got up in here? Devontae Darby, what's up with you? Appreciate you. Man, everybody that's stepping by to stop by, man, for this show. I appreciate you guys. We got about 35 people watching on Facebook, and we got about 5 people watching. So about 40 people tapping in right now at the beginning. You guys already know as y'all start sharing, it'll start getting full up in here. So we need y'all to do y'all part and hit that share button. What's up with you, Joseph Kukalua? Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, so yo. Hey, so GA, whenever I go live, man, you know what I do, man. I got to tell these folks what's up, man. As I say what's up to them, we going to tell them to hit that share button, hit that star button. But before we do that, man, let them know who you are, GA. Let them know where you hail from and what we going to talk about tonight, man. Let me hear something.
All right, man. It's your boy Gary, hailing from Eldorado, Arkansas. We just going to get in that Cowboy talk tonight, man.
You goddamn right, man. You goddamn right, man. All right, man, so let's go. Arnie Gonzalez, what up, Arnie? Did you hit that share button? Make sure you guys hit that share button. Ben Garcia, make sure you hit that star button. Nick, what's up with you, Nick? Thank you for the 100 stars. You're a real Cowboy fan. Appreciate you, my boy. Who else we got up in here? Greg Roberts. Appreciate you, Greg Roberts. If you have not already, make sure you guys hit that star button. Joe Lee Strobe, what's up with you, Joe? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight on this late night Can't Sleep Cowboys. Appreciate you, my boy. Who else we got up in here? Greg Roberts. I appreciate you, Greg Roberts. We got about 46 people coming up in here, man. So those shares are working, man. Y'all already know West Coast is a totally different Cowboy, man. When we got about 50, 60, 70 Cowboy fans up in here talking that Cowboy noise. So I need all of us to share. I'm actually doing my part right now to do my share too. So we gonna go on. You know what I'm saying? Juan, what's up with you, Juan? Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you, Juan. Terrence, he says we can definitely use dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for tapping in. Gary Ace. Hey, is that your daddy?
Yeah, it's Big Ace in there,
what
man.
Up, man?
What's up, Pops?
What up, man? I can't even spark my little thing now, man. Got OG now, man. I gotta be on my bad behavior now, man. I can't even poke my little thing now, man. But it's all good, man. Hey, what's up with you, Uck? Hey, we got Roger Smith in the building. We got Teddy Maddock in the building. What's up with you, Teddy Maddock? Appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, man, let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. Y'all know I got bills, man. I got a bunch of kids, man, so I got to pay all them bills first, man. So now that we didn't got the bills out the way, man, let's go ahead and jump in on Ndamukong Suh. Old angry-looking dude to the right-hand side, man. Old angry-looking dude, man. Listen, when I first heard this yesterday, right, and Ndamukong Suh said that he was not going to be returning back to Tampa Bay. I said, okay, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I would thought Tampa Bay would have brought him back. They got Vita Vea out there. But a lot of times I'm seeing that these teams are bringing in veteran presence guys like Ndamukong Suh, and you're using these guys to coach up these younger guys, and then they kind of like letting them go out there and win, right? You seen them do it in New York. I mean, not New York. You seen them do it in in LA when he was in with the Rams. Now you're seeing it with the Buccaneers. And my question is this, man: why can't it happen in Dallas? I want to know, man. And before y'all start talking a bunch of crap, because y'all know y'all like to talk a bunch of crap. Let me say this right off the muscle: Ndamukong Suh has never missed a game in his NFL career. Now I can show you guys this, or you can just trust me. But if you don't trust me, say I'm lying, and I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to show it on you on camera, and you're going to feel dumb. All right? Yes, in 11 years, this dude has not missed a game, bruh.
Shit, 12. He's shortchanging him.
12 years, bruh. Has not missed a game. So let's just stop right there and just availability is there. Availability is there. Availability is there. My dude had 6 sacks last year, and he had 6 sacks the year before. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If he was on the Dallas Cowboys, he would have been your second most disruptive player on your team. With them stats last year. Now, I made a video. Y'all supported the hell out the video. It got over 3,000 views. Say, GA, I want to know, man, while I spark this thing up, Unc going to be mad at me, but I got to do it. We trying to get a weed sponsor. It's for a good cause, man. It's for a good cause, huh? I want to know, man, why I spark this thing up, man. What is your thoughts on Ndamukong Suh, just off the production or performance, where he is as an individual, where he is as a man, where he is, you know, talking about where his life of Christ is. Tell me, what are your thoughts right out the muscle? Because y'all already know how I feel, because y'all supported my video. After GA give you his thoughts, I'm going to give y'all a little bit of what I think. Go ahead.
Man, Ndamukong Suh will definitely make an impact immediately as a Dallas Cowboy. And it's not really, he's a good pass rusher, don't get me wrong. He can push the pocket up the middle, knock a center off his base, push it back into the quarterback. You know, last year he had 13 quarterback hits. He had 7 tackles for loss. All that's good. But the real reason we need him in Dallas is because he will definitely solidified the run game. And we had a player like Ndamukong Suh on our team last year in the playoffs, we probably would still be playing. Matter of fact, we had him the last 2 times we went to the playoffs, we probably would still be playing. Because you got to remember, we gave up 169 yards on the ground in that playoff loss.
Repeat that again. When you say big numbers like that, I need you to like stop and be like, yo, I want y'all to put this number in the comment box. Write this number down. 169. I need everybody to put that in the comment box right now. 169.
Yeah, we gave up 169 yards on the ground. They ran off the field in our own house. And then even worse, in 2018, when we went up and played a team with the Ndamukong Suh, we gave up not one, but 2 100-yard rushers in that game. We gave them almost 300 yards on the ground, and that is why we lost those games.
So, bro, you're telling me in the last two playoff games, the Cowboys gave up 269 in one game and 169 in another game, right? You're telling
we gave up almost 400 yards in 2 games.
In 2 playoff games. In our 2 last playoff losses, okay? The last time we lost in the playoffs, the last 2 times we lost, you're telling me we're giving up an average of 200 yards per game rushing.
I'd be more specific, 219 yards per game in those losses, if you want to just average it out.
So can we start off this by saying this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miss me with anybody that's trying to say that the Cowboys don't need Suh.
Oh, they definitely need Suh.
Because we need Suh. Go ahead.
And even when you look at the defensive tackles we have right now on our team, their strengths are all rushing the passer. Neville Gallimore strength is rushing the passer and pushing the pocket. Also, I ain't gonna pronounce his name.
I only know his name because he went to UCLA.
Already, but his main skill is also pass rushing. Matter of fact, he was, I believe, third in rookie QB pressures. Matter of fact.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's top 5 in rookies in pressures, right? So, how does that help against the run, though?
It's not going to. And when you look at the running backs we're going to play this year, we're going to play Derrick Henry. We're going to play Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones. Yeah, throw in the running backs in our division. Saquon Barkley is probably going to be healthy this year. What's the boy? The dude boy from Washington. He like all these guys are playing. We're going to play some marquee running backs this year, and we have no way of really defending against
Gibson.
Thank you.
Gibson.
Yeah, so
And you got Mixon.
we have like a gauntlet of running backs coming up. We have former All Pros. We have everybody former 1,000-yard rushers. It's going to be hell, and if our defensive line can't hold up, it's going to be a long season.
Exactly. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. Like I said this on my show earlier today, right? Like, listen to me. I love my Hispanic folks. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Want to know why? Cause I'm a hard-working dude myself, right? And y'all, man, my Hispanics, man, y'all just run, y'all work laps around a mother blocker sometimes, right? And I gave this example earlier, right? The only place in the world where you can get cheap labor, I'm gonna tell you, 2 places in the world: the draft and at your local Home Depot. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said this earlier, right? When you go down to the Home Depot, you don't know none of my fellow Hispanics. You don't know none of them. So you got to be really good at what? Picking folks that you ain't ever met before. You know what I'm saying? And then you need them to come into your space and do a specialized thing. Now, I'm going to tell you, GA, bruh, hey, man, sometimes it work out good. Sometimes you go over there and you be like, hey, man, I need help with this, at the third. And you get a dude that's Pablo Picasso little cousin. He come to your house and just whip it up like, God damn, I ain't never had it like this. And he do it for a good price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's what the Cowboys like doing. When the Cowboys have a problem, when they got a deck to be made, you know what the Cowboys do? They go down to their local Home Depot, they local Lowe's, and they get some of our Hispanic brothers.
Well, holla at one them.
They holla at one them, and they try to bring them in, right? Now, I'm going to tell y'all this right here. I love it. I support it. I love it. Give them the opportunities. But I'm going to tell you this right here. When it's time to build a house from the ground up, I can't use my Hispanic brothers down at Home Depot. Because some problems need a certified expert. When you have an electrician problem at your house, you plug something in. Hey, GA, if you plug something in on your house and half the left side of your house go out, bro, you can't call no general merchant, no general fixer for that. You can't call no general dude for that, bro. You need a specialist. Mm-hmm. And you can't afford to have cheap talent. You can't afford it, bro. Want to know why? Because the problem's so big. The Dallas Cowboys have been going down for the last 5 years, going down to the local Home Depot, the local Lowe's, and they've been grabbing some of my brothers, man, some of my brown brothers out there. And guess what? Some of them work, bruh. Some of them work.
But for the most part,
it's not working, bruh. It's not working. And I'm going to tell you this. Like I said, if I got a small project in the back of my house, bro, I'm about to go down to Home Depot. I'm about to get the homies. And they're going to do it good, and I pay good. So that it's going to be a goodwill for both of us. But, bro, if I am building a house, nah, bruh. You got to pay, bruh. There's no cheap way around building a house. You know what I'm saying?
And on that token, there's no cheap way of building a defense.
None. And there's no cheap way of stopping the run, bro.
And think about it like this. We paid Keanu Neal $5 million to pretend to be a linebacker last year.
Peekaboo. I see you.
With the money that we paid him, we could pay a guy like Adama Sue. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a $5 million guy.
No.
But about $8.5, $9 million, he could be a Cowboy.
This is the thing I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something, too. And this is directly to the nation. Cowboy fans, y'all got to stop being cheap. Right? Because I promise you this right now. You probably feel right now that I'm not talking to G. I'm talking to the folks listening. Cowboy Nation, I'm pretty sure y'all probably listening to your job and you probably think that you probably don't make enough. Right? But you feel that you should at least get paid at least what you're worth. Listen, we all got to sit down and have a real conversation, bro. We cannot be mad at players getting what they're worth. And Ndamukong Suh is worth $8 million a year. Bro, he's going to play every single game and get you around 5. And, listen, go look at the boy's stats, bro. He hasn't had a season of less than 6 sacks in, 5 years, bro. So it's like if you want someone to get after the quarterback, he's going to do it. But I don't really even need that. Why? Because don't we got Micah Parsons that's going to get 30 sacks this year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pass rush is not an issue for the Cowboys. So we, like you said, we have Micah Parsons. DeMarcus Lawrence is still a valuable pass rusher. We still have Osa, who had like 6 sacks himself last year. Neville Gallimore had multiple sacks. Then we just drafted a guy that led the entire SEC in sacks last year to come in and be a rotational piece. So the pass rush is going to be fine next year. Getting after the quarterback
and you got Sam Williams, who
you
got Sam Williams, who's probably going to get like 5 or 6 because they're going to treat him the same way that they traded Michael Parsons. So if they just do him the same way, he should get at least 4 to 5 sacks himself.
Right. Just by being on the field at the same time with Michael Parsons, he's going to run into at least 1 or 2.
Exactly. Because if you got to think like this, if you're a quarterback and you're like, okay, I can drop back and face Michael Parsons, or I can drop back and face Sam, what do they call him? He wanted to be called D. Williams. D. Williams. You know what I'm saying? Is that what he want to be called now?
I think so.
I don't know. Okay, what's D. Williams? Like if you got to go against 11 or 54, who are you going to take your chances against? 90% of the folks are going to take their chances against 54. So you're right. He's going to get sacks just off that alone. Now, in Ndamukong Suh, bro, the one thing I like about him is this. The Cowboys are going all in on this whole attitude mentality, right? You just got fined $100,000 for having 2 physical practices. This is the type of guy you bring in, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this. You're a little cheesy ass offensive lineman that want to play pansy cake. Bro, imagine cheesy-ass Tyler Baez playing against Ndamukong Suh every day at practice, bro. You don't think that's going to make him better?
It's going to make him better, bruh, or get him cut fast.
Bruh, you think a rookie in T. Smith, because we got 2 T. Smiths on the line, you don't think him playing against Ndamukong Suh is going to make him better? Like one-on-ones versus Ndamukong Suh, bro. You don't think that's going to make your offensive line better? I feel like it is. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, of course. Anybody that goes up against Ndamukong Suh in practice has no choice but to get better. The guy is an all-decade player. He literally made the all-decade team for the 2010s. He's one of the best defensive players of our generation, a former defensive player of the year.
He'll probably get a Hall of Fame jacket, to keep it real.
He probably will.
Outside of the hate, if he can get past the hate that people just don't like about him, he has a Hall of Fame. Career.
Yeah, because the man has 70 career sacks as a defensive tackle.
That doesn't usually happen. Bro. As a DT. And think about this. He's not even known for his sacks. He's known for what? Stopping the run, bro.
Mm-hmm. And you got to think about it. Last year, the Bucs were 3rd in run defense. The year before, they were the best run defense in football. The year before, the Rams were the best run defense team in football, and Ndamukong Suh was the man in the middle. So in the past 3 years, when he's been on the team, they finished at least in the top 3. You got 2 first-place finishes and 1 third-place finish for a run defense. That's not coincidental.
I know, but we're gonna, for the sake of argument, we're gonna say it's just coincidental though. Because Cowboy fans, they like it's just coincidence, just a coincidence. And I'm gonna tell you something that I've also seen with Ndamukong Suh over his last 5 years. Have you noticed that teams have been using him as a piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Rams used him to make Aaron Donald better. The Buccaneers used him to relieve pressure off of what? Vita Vea. You know what I'm saying? Imagine how much Vita Vea has been able to use from a guy like Ndamukong Suh. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would love for Micah Parsons to get that nasty streak that Ndamukong Suh passed with. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I said this on my live stream. If you're an offensive lineman, you're gonna giggle when I say this because it's true. But offensive linemen are some of the nastiest mother effers on the face of the planet, bruh, who don't ever get caught. You know what I'm saying? Like, offensive linemen are dudes that you hear about spitting in people's face masks, poking people, throwing dirt. You know what I'm saying? I've heard of everything, bruh. Of everything. Trying to put fingers in all types of stuff, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Offensive linemen are some of the most disrespectful people that you can ever meet. They just never get caught. You know what I'm saying? Defensive tackles, they're the what? The ones who always get caught.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that's always getting caught. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I would love, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Micah Parsons with his skill set, bro, he's gonna get a target. He has a target on the back, right? So what you add when you add a guy like in Donovan Sue, when offensive lines try to pick on a guy like Micah Parsons, when they're gonna pull right in Micah Parsons' face, you know what he's gonna do? All right, you gonna do that? All right, we're gonna put your guard on his ass next time, then.
Right, push the guard back, knock the center to the quarterback.
Like, just be disruptive, bro. Just be disruptive. Like, that's what I would want from Ndamukong Suh, bro. Just be disruptive. Just be a-hole. You know what I'm saying? Just be an a-hole. Why? Be Michael Jordan's Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean?
I can assure you, if the Cowboys add Ndamukong Suh, Michael Parsons really might get those 20 sacks he was talking about. Just on the way he can push the pocket, there's no way that they'll be able to cover that. If they push that pocket that far back, there's no way they'll be able to keep Parsons off the edge. There's no way.
I mean, I couldn't imagine a Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Donovan Sue. Like, that is literally a dog. And then you got Jaron Kearse right behind them. That is literally a dog at every level of your field, man. You have a dog at every level.
Right, and if you want it to be cute, you can kick DeMarcus Lawrence in on certain pass rushing downs, and you can have Williams on the other side with Parsons on the other side. So you have 4 guys on the field that can get after the quarterback at one time. Then you can have Jaron Kearse right there playing that nickel linebacker position.
Mm-hmm. My boy Greg says they really need him. And then this is something else we need to address too about in Donovan Sue, man, is the Dallas Cowboys have made it obviously clear that they are not going to improve this linebacking core. They're not bringing anybody else in. And I mean, and this is the thing, if you do bring someone else in, I don't think it's going to be someone – I don't think they're going to bring in a guy that is better than who they think that they have right now. I don't believe they're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe now if the Cowboys were going to do that, you would be seeing that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: if you're not going to, and it's things like, even if you get a good linebacker here, man, you still got to be able to stop the damn run. So it's like, why not just address it, man? Bring in a guy like Donovan Sue. Now listen, if you bring in a guy like Donovan Sue, you may not be able to legitimately say that you're going to stop the run, but you could at least believe to think that you could. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you can't, like, the Cowboys are not, like, you can't believe that the Cowboys believe that they're going to stop the run. Why? Because you didn't improve.
The Cowboys have one run-stopping defensive tackle. Oh, they have 2. One is a second-year player that barely played last year, boy from Kentucky. And then we have a 4th-round pick from Arkansas in Ridgeway. We do not have the guys to stop the run this year.
Who all need coaching.
They all need coaching. So, and they honestly, especially with Ridgeway, he might need a little bit more weight on him before he can actually handle, NFL level offensive guards and centers.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this before we go on to our next subject too. Think about this, bro. Think about Ndamukong Suh being coached by Dan Quinn. Like, what the extra of what because Dan Quinn is a guy who has been known to be a defensive line guru. So imagine bringing those 2 elements together. What up, Lucky Johnson? Bringing those 2 elements together. So imagine, and you got a guy that's going to play every week. Donovan Sue's worth the money. He's worth the Dallas Cowboys, looking into. He's definitely worth looking into. Go ahead.
Well, just think about it. We have over $20 million that we have no plans of using, so they might as well sign a player.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, man, we've been talking about this. We've been talking about this for a long time. I think for a long time, but we was talking about this weekend, and it was just a video. This is a video I found on I found this video on YouTube, And it was a really dope video, and it kind of talks about what I've been what me and me and Cuzzo been talking about as far as Dak Prescott running the ball more and the lack thereof last year. So I want you guys to listen to this little video. Then after we listen to it, we're gonna talk about it for a little bit. But man, I want you guys to also notice something, that this video came out today, right? Bro, we've been talking about this for like a long time. But man, when you listen to independent content creators, man, you're always going to be at least 2 weeks to a month ahead of everybody else, man. So I just want to let y'all know that. So you're going to see that right now. So let's watch this video real quick, and then we're going to talk about it for a couple minutes.
In scramble situations, the way he activates the scramble drills. So he's got more reps at it. It's more natural to him. So it looks really good.
Mina, how much of a difference will Dak's mobility make this season, getting back to what we kind of know him as a quarterback at that position?
Well, it's huge, Laura. I mean, Dak is not a dual threat quarterback in the sense you're not going to lean heavily on the designed runs, but he is mobile, and at his best, the threat of him scrambling, throwing on the move is a big part of what's made this Cowboys offense so dangerous when he's healthy. And last season, when he did get hurt, I think it's a big part of the reason why that offense struggled after week 6. Before then, on designed rollouts and scrambles, Dak was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. After the injury, his numbers dropped precipitously. I mean, talking about going from...
Hold on real quick. Can we run that back? Can we run that back?
His numbers dropped precipitously. Rollouts and scrambles, Dak was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. After the injury, his numbers dropped precipitously. I mean, talking about going from a QBR of 93 to 46, not a massive sample size, but it's enough to make a big difference in this offense where you want him on the move. And that's why I think hearing, he's healthy and he's going to be, at full strength coming back has to be tremendously encouraging for Dallas, because his health is I would say, the single biggest reason why they struggled last year.
Yeah, so much of the overall scheme in the NFL offensively has changed, right? With quarterbacks, and Dominican, that you want to see be mobile in some way, shape, or form, and causing nightmares sometimes for defense. And so when you think about Dak specifically in his mobility, how does your approach defensively change?
Yeah, he has that threat to get outside the pocket and really hurt you. So as a defensive line, you really think in the back of your head, yes, I want to get after him. I want to put that pressure on him. But at the same time, I got to be conscious. If he gets outside that pocket, gets outside that edge, it's a problem. And we're going to be in a huge foot race, especially if we're playing man-to-man coverage. So it's a definitely a difficult thing that we have to focus on and really be very cognizant about.
Yeah, it's funny when those quarterbacks really do actually make you have to change what you're doing schematically, because you have to think about what they bring to the table. And along those lines...
Man, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts, G? I'm going to give it to you first. Go ahead.
Well, in general, not just with Dak running the ball, but the team in general just need to run the ball altogether more effectively. Because, we talked about this, I believe, last show. 23rd in pass blocking was the offensive line, and they were first in run blocking. So it made no sense for Dak to drop back and throw the ball 40 times to begin with. And when you just talk about, from a strategic standpoint, Prescott has always been a weapon running the ball. He has 25 career rushing touchdowns as a quarterback. There's only 3 quarterbacks right now that have more rushing touchdowns. Tom Brady played 20 plus years so far. Aaron Rodgers.
We all know he's not a running quarterback.
Not a running quarterback, just played a long time. And Josh Allen, who is borderline a running back. Those are the only 3 quarterbacks who have more rushing touchdowns right now than Dak Prescott. He had more rushing touchdowns than Russell Wilson.
What about Lamar Jackson, though?
He had more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson.
So what are your thoughts when you hear people say stuff like Dak Prescott is not a dual threat quarterback?
I believe when they say things like that, it's just from a perception standpoint. They don't really view Dak as a running quarterback. But when you go back and look at what actually got him paid, You know, to win games, a lot of times, especially in that playoff game against Seattle, it was his legs that got the job done.
Facts.
He got to the lead running the ball at Mississippi State. You know, and he didn't put up huge passing numbers in his rookie year, but he did give you six rushing touchdowns on the ground to go along with the 22 he threw for.
And
so that's not. That's always been that thing.
And then my thing is this, man. Like, I think you should ask defensive coordinators. Do they think Dak is a dual threat quarterback? Because I would think that most defensive coordinators would probably say yes, Dak is. So it's like this, GA. Like, hey, do you think Mike Tyson is washed up? I don't know. Now think about this. Ask Roy Jones Jr. Hey, Roy Jones Jr., you think Mike Tyson's working? You know what I'm saying? Like we can say what we want to say because we're on the sidelines. But my thing is this. How do defenses play him? Bro, defenses play him like he's a dual threat quarterback, bro. And to be honest with you, when they took that away from Dak this year because of injury, and it's already been admitted that they said that they did temper that down because of the, whatever. Now, when you realize that, bro, you basically you're helping the offense, bro. You're helping the defense. You're helping the defense limit you. Mm-hmm. And we did that a lot last year. Because think about this. On third down, if you're a defense, by week 15, you knew for a fact Dak was not running, bro.
Yeah. And that is a large part of the offense. You got to think about the year he did get hurt. The Atlanta game. That man had 3 rushing touchdowns and 400 yards passing.
Fool.
Only quarterback in NFL history to do that. They sent that man cleats to Canton the same day.
I was at that game too, man. Oh my God, bro. When that kick went through. Oh my God, bro. It was a horrible game to be at because we were losing the whole game. Mm-hmm. And I was cussing the Cowboys out. And it was a COVID game, so it was like really nobody in the stadium. It was like 20,000 people in the stadium. Like I was in a whole section by myself. Because literally they did 5 seats and then they did like 4 that nobody could seat. Then it was 5 seats. So it was like me and like 5 other people on my section. Me and my boy Spencer. Spencer, I love you, bro. My boy Spencer hey, Spencer, I freaking love you, bro. Spencer and your mom, appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. But yeah, man, I went to that game because of them. And that game was lit. But yeah, man, I don't think there's any defense. What did Ndamukong Suh? And if you were listening to Ndamukong Suh sure feels like he's a dual threat quarterback.
That man lit up when he talked about that.
Yeah, he sure feels like he is. You know what I'm saying? So when you limit Dak, when you take those abilities from Dak Prescott away, man, you totally. He did. And the cool thing about it is the boy still threw you 37 touchdowns. So Dak really showed you, man, that he can do it either way. Because even last year, you were still one of the better teams in the NFL. You stumbled in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then also, I'm going to tell you something else that I think that in that stat that a lot of people didn't notice and didn't hear about is, who else got injured week 7 last year? Ezekiel Elliott. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Dak was playing some of the best ball of his life through weeks 1 through 7. You heard week 1 through 6, you said. Mm-hmm. But what was he doing weeks 1 through 6? We was running damn football.
Yeah, I think we were like the second best rushing team in football during that stretch.
Like our first win versus the Chargers. Go look at that game. Go look at that game. Go look why your team won that game. Because that was a game you could have lost this year. You could have lost that Chargers game.
Yeah, because look, we didn't play particularly great offensive football, but we did run the ball well enough to run the clock out and kick that field goal.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Now at the end of this video, there was another section, man. There was another little portion in this video that was some extra. And I just thought it was interesting, man, because I've talked about this a gang of times, and I think a lot of you guys be thinking that I be hating on CeeDee Lamb. I love me some CeeDee Lamb, but I want you guys to hear this from, I think, is Keyshawn Johnson a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
He
I
is?
believe so.
All right, well, Keyshawn Johnson, if he ain't a Hall of Famer, he might be at some point. But I want you guys to listen to Keyshawn Johnson talk about CeeDee Lamb and the possibility of him being a number one. Because I think some of y'all be thinking I'd be tripping.
Key. CeeDee Lamb now forced into the position of being the number one wide receiver with Amari Cooper gone. He said he's ready for that. He's been it in college, but is he really a number one receiver at the NFL level?
College is different than the pros, and both of you know that. I think he could be ready. I don't know that he is yet. And when you think about a number one, let's not even use 1 and 2, a guy who's the lead dog in the passing game. Okay, I don't know that he's ready to be the lead dog in the passing game yet, because it's one thing to get the second and the third corner opposed to all pro guys, lead dogs at that position. When you're starting to be double teamed, their linebackers are buzzing out underneath slant routes looking to knock your head off, or your safety sliding over the top of you and they're rolling coverage to you on a constant basis, it's way different than being the number 2 guy where they're not even really paying you attention.
There's something wrong with the world.
Sorry about that. We're going to. Hold up. It's YouTube, fam. It's YouTube.
Game planning for you every sliding over the top. It's lead dogs at that position. I don't know that he's ready to be the lead dog in the passing game yet, because it's one thing to get the second and the third corner opposed to all pro guys, lead dogs at that position. When you're starting to be double teamed, their linebackers are buzzing out underneath slant routes looking to knock your head off, or your safety sliding over the top of you and they're rolling coverage to you on a constant basis, it's way different than being the number 2 guy where they're not even really paying you attention, and they're not game planning for you every single week. Now, can he do it? Yeah, he did it. He did it before at Oklahoma. I think he can. I just don't know. It's just hard to say. Most number 1 receivers don't slide into the role. They come in as the number 1. Think about what I'm saying. They come in as 1.
Well, also, he's got to hold on to the football, too. When he
he got a lot of dropsies.
Yeah, we were playing that video last week, and it kind of shocks you a little bit. Time for...
Bruh, what's your thoughts, man?
What they ain't lied about is being a step up in play from going from being basically a slot receiver to the number 1 guy. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask you a question. Who do you think is easier to catch a ball on? J.C. Jackson or Jalen Mills?
Jalen Mills.
Exactly, and that's who he tore up in that New England game. So let's go even further. Let's go to the Chargers game. Who do you think is easier to catch a ball on? Let's see, who was the Chargers? Point is, a slot corner is barely plays. They're probably your second or third best corner at best. And 9 times out of 10, CeeDee Lamb was lined up in the slot. So his job was much easier, especially with the double teams and number 1 corners going to Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb did not line up against 1 All-Pro all year. And he's going to have to do that for 17 weeks now.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, when a team doesn't have an all-pro, you know what they have? They have to have this thing called a safety, and they can bracket coverage you. Bracket coverage in common language is just double coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And I love what Keyshawn Johnson said, and he said, most number 1 receivers come in as number 1s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's not to say that CeeDee Lamb can't grow into it. But you don't really want a guy growing into a number 1. You want them to already be that. You know
Look at Justin Jefferson.
Because and I'm gonna tell you the reason why is because, like, listen, it's like the reason why some guys don't like talking to pretty girls. You wanna know why? Because they can't handle rejection. You know what I'm saying? So it's like CeeDee Lamb. If CeeDee Lamb struggles, how does he handle that? Because part of being a number 1 is being what? Know how to self-correct. You know what I'm saying? And being able to go out there, because as a number 1, bro, you're still going to get that number 1 coverage every week. So you know what I'm saying? You're going to get their best corner. And if they don't have and then the thing about it is think about this, when you finally learn how to beat number 1s, guess what they do? They drop 2 guys over you.
It never gets easy.
It never gets easy. And I'm going to tell you this also, Dak is going to have to throw some interceptions this year. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Want to know why? Because there's going to have to be times where he's going to have to throw the ball and CeeDee Lamb's probably going to be covered. because the only way that he's going to be able to really get into that number one groove is if you're putting him in those types of positions, man.
Yeah, CD gonna have to go and make some plays.
He's going exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it can't be, oh, Dak can only throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb when he's wide open. Like, that's not how football is, man. So, like, that's what it's really like. That's what it's really like. It's really gonna come down to that. Like, you know, can CeeDee Lamb, can he make those plays? Can he come down with the ball? And man, I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. The like they said about the drops, that issue has to erase. Like, that has to just disappear.
Yeah, because you can't have 13 drops in 2 years.
Like, you just can't.
There's some receivers that have been in the league 5-6 years, don't have that many.
And you got to think like this, man. Dak is not that quarterback where, man, I'm going to tell you this. You drop too many balls in a game, Dak is not going back your way, bruh.
Nah, not at all.
Like, Dak is not a force feed type quarterback. He's not an Aaron Rodgers where he's like, okay, I threw an interception, you did something stupid, I'm going to throw the same route at you again, you're going to do it right. That's not Dak, no. Dak's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's why I say, like, you know, I believe that Dak Prescott can help CeeDee Lamb be a better receiver. But my question is CeeDee Lamb at the point of his career where he can help Dak Prescott in situations be a better quarterback? Because that's the real definition of a number one receiver.
And I'm just not sure he will be able to, at least not at this point, because I haven't seen.
And at the same time, like, and the thing that's also kind of like, it's not necessarily unfair, but man, it's like, bro, Cowboys, why were y'all in such a rush to trade Amari Cooper? You could have traded the fool after like week 5 or 6 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why they had to trade him like so fast. But like, you know, you have CeeDee Lamb out there. I've said this numerous of times. CeeDee Lamb steps up and he is the number one. Okay. Who is now your guaranteed number 2?
You don't know, because Michael Gallup probably not going to play half a year. And then you got a guy who really was a gadget player coming from the Steelers. And then you have a rookie who hasn't played.
Yeah, and I love that. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I love the TJ Vashers of the world, but man, I'm gonna tell y'all this, bruh. I have been let down way too many times. Way too many times, bruh. Way too many times. I don't fall in love with players until training camp. I refuse to give a player my heart. Like, I refuse to, bruh. Y'all be like, bro, I know bloggers that's giving their whole heart away right now.
Oh, man. You remember when everybody fell in love with John Vaya?
Hey, that was my dog, man. That was my dog.
If he could catch a ball, he would have still been on the team.
Yeah, I don't even think he's in the league anymore, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the league no more. But he had everything you needed. He had the speed.
Hey, there was another dude a couple years ago too at camp that was bodying folks too. Is that him? What number did he wear? He wore 81.
I can't remember. Let me see what John Vaya wore.
Yeah,
he wore 81.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you another dude. Everybody fell in love. Hey, but he actually made it to the field though. Lance Lenore.
Oh yeah, man.
Lance had a bad attitude though. Me and him got into it once, but it's all right. We got into it in the club once. It's all good. Hey man, it ain't my fault they didn't know who he was. Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, for real, man. He got mad because, bruh, we in the VIP. I'm paid for it. Of course they know who I am. Of course they don't know who you are because you're trying to make the team. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that went. But yeah, but Lance, I remember a lot of people liked Lance. I liked the Lance too. He was good. He was a good dude. There was somebody else. Every year though. That's just how it is. But I mean, listen, the number one thing about, I believe CeeDee Lamb, I think there's an easier chance that CeeDee Lamb can be Amari Cooper than there is that someone like a Noah Brown or a James Washington can be CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup. Because, man, I'm going to tell y'all this right here. Y'all being mean expecting Michael Gallup to come back and be Michael Gallup this year. It's like, that's mean, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like y'all, yeah, I remember Rico. That was my dog too. Like I can't expect Michael Gallup to come back and be Michael Gallup this year. I can expect him to be Michael Gallup next year though, but not this year, unless he got that that goddamn what's that boy that Adrian Peterson juice. You know what I'm saying?
Adrian Peterson seemed like he came back next week. He came back fast as a mug.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's all about, like I said, it's going to be all about recovery. But the number one thing that, like I said, CeeDee Lamb, he has to, one, the drops have to stop, period. They have to stop, period. Because with drops, that's automatically going to disqualify you from a number one. Can't hang on to the football.
And like you said before, like Prescott's not going to keep throwing the ball if he's dropping it. That's why every tight end that Prescott plays with put up great numbers. Because if you're open, he's going to throw you the ball. He doesn't care about trying to throw the ball into double coverage or go back to a player that's struggling. It's just not what he does.
Yeah, and Dez, hey, I'm sorry, my boy, I got to interrupt you. My boy Nibbit, he said to his defense, Dez didn't become that guy till year 3. That's a lie. Sorry, that is no. Boy, you better go look at Dez rookie year.
Right. Now, I'm going to say he didn't have a huge season to his third year, but he was still the best receiver we had.
Heck yeah.
Heads and shoulders better than every other receiver on that roster, and we knew it. We just were waiting for him to bud into the guy we knew he could be. But
because to be honest with you, we actually used Dez better early in his career than we did later in his career. Because earlier in his career, Dez did everything, bro. He did everything.
Return kicks, punt returns, wide receiver. He did slot. He even threw some touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? As Dez got, I'm gonna tell you the worst thing that happened. Not saying the worst thing that happened to Dez, but like the worst thing that kind of happened to Dez's career is when he got that contract. Because when he got that contract, it locked him in to wide receiver, and that's when you heard about him not moving. You know what I'm saying? They took him off kick returns. They took him off everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Dez did everything when he was young. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I like. That's one thing I like about young players is you got to get the ball in their hands early, man. Got to get the ball in their hands early. Got to get the ball in the hands the young guys. Got to get their hands. But I mean, we gonna see, man. We gonna see. Like I said, man. I like the way I usually like to do wide receivers is like you like to have a veteran, then you like to bring the young guy in as the veteran is going out, not in his prime. As he's going out. And think about this, man. The way the contracts are set up, bro, like you already have Amari Cooper on $20 million, right? Well, CeeDee Lamb is probably going to want more than $20 million, right? You could have CeeDee Lamb's a first round pick. You could have used Amari Cooper to get CeeDee Lamb low. And you got to think about it, man. This cornerback's making over $20 million now.
Thank you. And then my thing is this, Jerry Jones, you be lying and telling these kids that they the number one and they the best thing since sliced bread. But then guess what? They be writing all that stuff you saying down, Jerry. Oh, he said. Dez never declined. Stop it. Dez never declined. I'm not about to have to argue with you, Mr. Sir. Dez never declined. He never declined as a Dallas Cowboy. I'm going to just say that. I got to pause this real quick. Dez never declined. I'm going to tell you how he never declined. If you go look at his Pro Bowl season, look at his stats and touchdowns, and then look at the very next season, the year where he was not a Pro Bowl, and the year that we released him, he had a better season.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. 2016, he was a Pro Bowler. 2017, he had a better season. We released him. He just didn't go to the Pro Bowl, but he had a better season in 2017. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, do you remember when they lied and said Dez Bryant led the league in drops, and then we signed?
That was
we brought in Amari Cooper, who actually did lead the league in drops.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who led the league in drops that year. 2 Alabama wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
You know who the other one was?
Was it Julio?
Yes, sir. Amari Cooper was the number when we traded for Amari Cooper. He led the league in drops the year before that, and Julio Jones was 2. And it's funny because people are like, no, if that's not true, then why you think the Raiders was okay with trading him?
Matter of fact, Amari Cooper was in a slump when he came to Dallas.
Yes, people said we overpaid.
Yes. That man had under 300 yards receiving coming to Dallas for that year. He had played like 5 games, like 5 or 6 games. Had under 300 yards receiving.
So yeah, man. Well, yeah, man. You can't be saying that about Dez, bro. You get me in my iffies and you start talking about Dez. And it's late night. I'm talking about it's late night Cowboys. I say I mess around and say some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like Dez still a dog to this day, but he never declined, man. The game just changed. Like that's what it is. The game changed. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he never declined. The game just changed on him. Almost like Shaq. Like Shaq never really declined. Just the game changed. Like big men start shooting threes, and Shaq was like, "Yep, I'm out of here."
And that is one thing when we talk about these receivers, though.
Talk to me.
Because in our offense, we're not really gonna have too many layups. You know, other teams have guys you can just throw them the ball, and on a slant route they can take it all the way, or they can a blown coverage they can run right past the safety flat footed. We don't have enough speed on our team to get those easy layups. And from the play caller perspective, with the play caller that we have, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to score points if we're just trying to throw the ball. So this is going to be a key year to get back to the basic of probably pounding the rock.
Yeah, Dez also had a Pro Bowl with that. Come on, man. Stop talking about Dez, bro. That's my favorite player of, like, all times, bro. Like, for real. Like, stop. Leave him alone. Like, pick somebody else, bro. Him and Romo is like the two people y'all should just leave. When you got on, just leave them dudes alone. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I am well-versed. I am well-versed on Tony Romo and Dez. Like, that is the Cowboys of my childhood. You know what I'm saying? That is a childhood. But, hey, for real, man, this wide receiving core, man. This wide receiving core, like, this team is really setting up for the Dallas Cowboys to run the damn ball. It is really setting up. Hey, man, you wrote a fire article, man, a fire article on our offensive coordinator, man. And it was called Fraud or God, man, and it was fire. Catchy, man. My boy only been in the game since last Thursday and already got better titles than me. It's crazy. My boy been in the game literally since last Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And already got better titles. But listen, I want to know, man, talk to me about that article, man. Talk to me. Is Kellen Moore a fraud or is he Jesus Christ in the manger with swaddling clothes?
Fraud. The man is a fraud, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because this man's stats are inflated. All right. So on paper, we had the number one offense in all football, right?
Yeah.
But when you actually go and look how we actually fared against teams with winning records, going all the way back to when he took over the job, it's horrible. So, like in 2019, we played 8 teams that ended the season 500 or better, and over 500. And in those games, we only averaged 21.5 points per game.
Damn.
So on paper, it says we were the number one offense in yards, and we were like, we were like number one offense in yards, and we were like number 5 in points. But we were scoring all these points against guys that were playing for the lottery. We only went 2-6 that year against those teams. And then there were 4 games where our offense were held under 20 points. And then even look at last year. On paper, it sounds like they did better. Because it says last year, we averaged 27.3 points per game against winning teams. That sounds great, right?
Yeah.
But if you factor in the fact that we scored almost 100 points against the Eagles.
I think we did. We scored 56 and then
51 and 41.
Oh, yeah. No.
So we scored 92 points against the Eagles. So if you take away the 2 Eagles games, against everybody else, we averaged 22 points per game.
Jesus.
So, like, in all honesty, the team that showed up to Kansas City and scored 9 points is more who we were. And that has been an issue since Kellen Moore has taken over as play caller. Because from 2016, I always hear this about us not beating winning teams. From 2016 to 2018, Same team, basically, same core. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, those guys were there. Des Bryant was there. You know, that stretch. We were 11-11, 500 against teams 500 or better. Ever since Kellen Moore took over in 2019 until now, we are 7-15 against teams with winning records.
Damn, don't let no Eagles fan be on here. That's going to be on the meme tomorrow.
Well, an Eagle fan can't say nothing because they can't beat us. But that's an entirely different story.
Damn.
Yeah, 7-15 under Kellen Moore against winning teams.
Man.
No, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He can score 50 points in an NFL game. That is fine and dandy. That is a skill. But he cannot score points against the teams you need to score points against. And that was not even counting the playoff game. We scored 17 points at home on a playoff game.
Damn. Yeah, man. And you know, I'm gonna tell you the things that really suck too, bro. Kansas City. Final drive of the game. Who has the ball? Dallas Cowboys. You lose that game by less than a touchdown. Tampa Bay. I'm not asleep, but I got to close my eyes to think about this. Tampa Bay. Final drive of the game. Who has the ball? Dallas Cowboys. You lose that game by less than a touchdown. Oakland Raiders. You're in the playoffs not playoffs. You're in the overtime. At home in front of your fans, you win the damn coin toss. Like Jesus actually answered your prayer. We be praying to Jesus, please make it head, and he be like, all right. In his heads, I know Jesus was pissed.
With all them strings, he still messed it up.
Jesus pulled all them strings, and boy, I know Jesus was pissed on when his Thanksgiving was ruined, just like mine. And you can't score, bro. Final drive versus the 49ers playoff game. You can't.
Do we even need to talk about the play calls?
You can't
in their final sequence.
Think about that though, bro. Think about these games, bro. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, bro. That's 4 games. You only lost how many total games did you lose last year? Totally
5.
You only lost a total of 5 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 6 including the playoff game, right?
Right. 6 including the playoff
6 games, right? You lose 6 total games. Well, imagine this. What if I told you that out of 6 of your losses, 4 of those games, with 2 minutes left in the clock, you're going to have the ball. 4 of those games, bruh. That's most of your losses.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, you left out the Cardinals game because we had the ball there. That was a game. It was 24-22, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I can't remember who had the ball on the final drive. No, Cardinals. Right. No, Cardinals. I remember Cardinals because Cardinals we did some dumb crap. Remember, and they didn't even have to use the 2-minute warning. Remember, they didn't even have to play the 2-minute warning because those idiots used all the damn timeouts.
You're right.
That's what happened in the Cardinals. That's why we couldn't get the ball back. And they didn't run one play in the 2-minute warning. I was disgusted.
Matter of fact, they used all their timeouts, and it appeared that dude fumbled on that last play. We couldn't even challenge it.
Oh, my God, I remember that trash.
Ooh, we be finding some heartbreaking ways to lose games.
Oh, my God.
Woof. Horrible. And even then, like, I know we didn't have the ball at the end of the game, but man, it was still a 1-possession game.
I mean, bro, you only had one game last year that you lost by more than 7 points.
Yeah, the Broncos game.
Broncos game is the only game that you could not win. Like, that's the only game. Like, that's crazy, bruh. Like, sitting up here thinking about that, talking to you about this right now, bro, that is crazy, bruh. Like, it don't get, like, bro, if I told you this, bro, any offense in football, all right, GA, listen to me. Any offense in football, out of 4 games, you're going to be down by 6, less than 6 points. You're going to get the ball at least on the 20. How many games do you think the Jaguars, bro, I think the Jags win at least one of those games. Cowboys lost all 4. Bro, if you can't win close games, you're not going to win the playoffs. Because playoff games are close. Weather always dictates that. Football always dictates that. The football gods. This ain't the NBA, bro. People show up to play in the playoffs.
And they have no choice. You know, in NBA, you can throw a game and still come back and win the series. This is sudden death.
Mm-hmm. Factoroni. But I would think the Jags would get at least one of those games, bro.
Yeah.
I think they get one. You know what I'm saying? And that, I mean, bro, like, think of this. Think about the playoff game, 49er game, bro. You're praying again, another wasted prayer. Anthony Brown gets, hey, we're going to have to do a show on Anthony Brown, man, because Anthony Brown gets no love, and they got this boy ranked as the 6th best corner in football.
Yeah, he won the better corner cover corners in football.
I'm gonna tell you this.
And you know what? The fans were actually on the train to the Thanksgiving Day game. And you know what? They took that one game and just acted like they were how he played the entire season when he was a better cover corner than Trayvon Diggs was the entire season.
And I said that all year, and y'all told me I was crazy. But hey, listen to me. People just hated Anthony Brown, and then y'all just kind of liked him. And then when the Oakland game happened, y'all went right back to hating him. But then you hated him more because you was like, you lied to me, Anthony Brown. No, he didn't lie to you. Bro, come on, bro. A 4 pass interference, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, 4 pass interference. And the boy had 0 pass interference up to that game. He had 4 in one game. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was a bad outing.
And I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't know about Derek Carr. Derek Carr fishes for the pass interference because if you remember when we played them in Oakland and they had the ball and they were trying to get down the field and it was 4th and 12 and he threw the ball up and he hung it in the air and what happened? Jordan Lewis got a pass interference and they moved the ball all the way up to like the 35. And that's how Jeff Heath was able to save our lives.
Yeah, I remember that. He forced the over and back.
Yeah, but remember in that game, Derek Carr is like freaking Aaron Rodgers has figured out a way to throw Hail Marys. Derek Carr has figured out a way. He is really proficient at getting them pass interference calls. Like he does a really good job of hanging that ball lit and let it drop, and then corners just overcompensate. Like after 5 yards, you got to get your hands off of them. You know what I'm saying? But I mean that's just like those are anomaly games. Like when people like if you look at that Oakland Raider game and not Oakland game. If you look at that Las Vegas Raider game and the first thing you say is Anthony Brown, you is a fool. The first thing you should say is how the hell your offense couldn't score after they got the coin toss. All you got to do is go down the field and score, and the game's over. The game's over, bro. Think about this, bro. Them fools couldn't even get a field goal.
And another game that looks better than we actually played because we said we scored 33 points. Offense only scored 26 of them. We had a kick return.
Oh, my God. Why did you bring that up, bro? We wasted a kick. My God, we wasted a kick return. Those don't listen to me. Kick returns don't even really happen in NFL no more. That's
right. They try to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to get rid of it because it don't even happen. And you actually have one in a game, and it brings you back to, bro. That kick return put us back in the game. That put us back in the game.
And you know, a lot of fans are deceived when they see the final score, but our defense scored a lot of touchdowns too. So a lot of these scores we looking good. Like, well, we scored 33 points. We scored with the woo. We're getting defensive touchdowns and special team touchdowns and still fumbling it.
Yeah, and think about this. This is a season where you had all those interceptions, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You had all those interceptions, man. Game shouldn't have been that close, bro. All those interceptions, man. Game shouldn't have been that close. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this right here. If I'm the offense, if I'm the defense, like somebody said this on my show and it was so funny. Like, and I knew it was true too because I said it too. Like, bro, at some point, I know that defense was pissed off at the offense. I know they was, bro. Thank you, son.
Especially that playoff game.
So what does Kellen Moore got to do, bro? We didn't pissed off. We didn't pissed on him. Now we got to dry him off and clean him up and rebuild him. What do you got to do, man?
Well, honestly, he needs to just stick with smart football. If your line is not great at pass blocking, it's probably not wise to throw the ball 40 times. If your line is the best line in football in run blocking, you probably should run the ball more. And that is exactly what happened to the Cowboys last year. 23rd pass blocking, very first in run blocking. So instead of throwing the ball 45 times.
I didn't even freaking know that until you told me that. You know that? Like, if
really?
You would have told me that the Dallas Cowboys was the number one run blocking team in football, I would have been like, nah, I don't believe you.
Yeah, you go look it up. They were number one in run block win percentage, and number 23 in pass block win percentage.
Lord have mercy. Hey, Donnie Tipkin, get you a run of damn ball hat, man. They only 2,500 stars, man. Come on, man. Hit that star button.
And when you think about the amount of holding penalties we had, it had to be true because you only hold when you're getting whooped. And they were getting whooped.
And I'm going to tell you this, you're typically only holding when you're passing the damn football.
Yep.
There's no real reason to hold.
You don't really get that many hold calls on run blocks.
No, you don't. Because you're mauling somebody when you're run blocking. You're going forward. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of them pass blocking, a lot of them passing. I mean, bruh, Connor Williams, like, bruh, I'm interested to see what he do in Miami. West Coast, you talk about every week. I already got you one. Got one. Okay, I got you. Okay, Donnie Tip. D-Tip, I got you, man. With the honey band. Go ahead, GA.
Yeah, so that would be my first thing. The next thing he would need to do.
Stop looking ugly in the camera. Looking like he's.
Besides that.
Every time, and look, bro, listen. Every time, Kellen Moore, look, Kellen Moore. Oh, you can't see me. But y'all see me. He always look lost, bruh. Like, even if you ain't lost, pretend like you not lost, bruh. Look better in the camera. Go ahead. What's number 2?
Number 2 would be to actually run some play designs that work against his own. He should work on that all season.
When you mean zone, explain that to him.
All right, so basically zone coverage, that nobody is running with a man. You have a particular portion of the field that you're assigned to. Anybody that comes to your zone, you take care of them. Mm-hmm. And there are certain concepts that work better against zone than they do man.
So zone defense is like, at Walmart, when you work at Walmart and they be like, okay, you are over the men's section. That's your zone. You know what I'm saying? Now you got stores like Macy's where they be like, nah, when this customer come in, they got money. So that's your customer. That's called man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just learned something. You just learned something. They like, oh, somebody's head just went like that. Oh, yeah, that's the difference. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, and there was time he's been called out. I forget who made the video, but it was a former. Matter of fact, it was Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner's quarterback school. He called out Kellen Moore's play calling in the playoff game because he was running concepts that had no humanly possible chance of working against the coverage that was shown
before the play even started. Yes,
he said the play call was doomed, and he broke down clip after clip after clip.
I think you need to make a video on. I think you need to cut. We need to cut that video up, and you do a video, an article on it. That was nice. Bring that back. Bring that back.
Yeah, it sound cool too.
That,
But yeah, because
retros.
and don't get me wrong, there were times in there that he criticized some of the decision making that Prescott made as well. But there's too many times, you're calling 50, there's 50 plays in the game, and he's calling 20 of them out right there that has no chance of working. You cannot win games like that.
And looking ugly as in the camera, like come on, bruh. Like at least look smart.
Even on one of our touchdowns, Prescott had to run the ball in. That happened because, as he called it, everybody was covered. He ran a man-beating concept against zone, and everybody ran into coverage. So Prescott broke containment and ran into the end zone. So my issue is stop making offense. My thing is stop making offense hard for the players.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about layups. There should be easy play installations where before the play even develops that it's going to be a touchdown or a first down.
Yeah.
I do not have that trust in Kellen Moore for him to do that right now.
Yes, and write this note down. We talked about how Kellen Moore ends games. Let's talk about how he starts game, man. I was tracking this. I forget when I stopped tracking it, but I was tracking how we were scoring on first play drives, bro. Like we did not have a good success rate last year on our first rate drive. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that is a shame, bro, because you got to think like this, man. If there's any time you're gonna know what a defense is doing is what when you walk out there. Why? Because you've had 5 freaking days to watch film on them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for us to consistently go out there and for them to stop us on our opening drive, you know what that defensive coordinator feels? Oh, I did my homework, and guess what? We was right. We were right. You know what I'm saying? We were right. We knew they were going to come out in this, and guess what? We were able to stop it. Like, bro, when you win the opening drive and elect to take the ball, or they give you the ball, when you elect to take the ball, you got to score. Why? Because you're getting the ball first, duh. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? If they give you the ball, you have to score first. Why? Because they're giving you the ball because they don't think you will score. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. So either way, you got to score on the open drive. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Something I learned about Madden when I did play is this. I used to always want to get the ball first. You want to know why, GA? Because I realized that a lot of these kids, especially when you play online, as soon as they get down, a lot of them will quit right out the gate. Like, bro, you're only down 1 touchdown. And the players left the game. Players left the game. Players left the game. Players left the game. And don't let me don't let me score on my opening drive and then stop you on your next drive. Oh, you're for sure quitting.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, because if I stop you on your next drive, you're thinking this, bro, he's about to get the ball and he's about to score. I'm about to be down 14. I'm out. And that, bro, that was my strategy when I played Madden. That was my whole strategy. I want the ball first because I'm going to try to score first. And if I can stop you, and, bro, I'm literally hoping, man, if I can stop you on this next drive, there's a really good chance you're going to quit. And I'd say it's almost like 60, 70%. And that's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like taking that concept into the NFL, man, and making these teams play down. Bro, when you have a team out there, no matter what you practice, whatever that offense whatever you got ready for that week, you were not projecting to be down. So it's like whatever that opposing offense was going to do, you now would do what? You now put them under pressure now. Because now they can't come out there and maybe, waddle-daddle down the field because now they're what? They're down 7. So it's just strategic things like that I think Kellen Moore needs help with. Because I don't think that's something that you learn in like 5 months. Like that's something that an older guy teaches you. Go ahead, Hey, GA, what's your last thoughts on this, man?
Well, depending on how this season goes, this is probably the hottest that Kellen Moore's seat is going to be. If we start off bad and the offense is bad, I can't see Kellen Moore staying on as the offensive coordinator because there's been too much going on, especially him getting passed over for these head coaching jobs should say a lot, even to our front office at this point. It would.
You know what You know what I'm saying? My boy Neil says more pre-snap motion would be nice too. I mean, I think there should be pre-snap motion on every single play. Why? Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not have somebody go across your formation? Why? Because there's so much positive stuff that can happen. One, you might get some defensive tackle that's not paying attention and what? Gets antsy and jumps off sides. 5 yards. Give me that. Also, what? You might get some linebacker that steps the wrong way, and guess what he does? Just showed the coverage.
Exactly.
Or guess what? Or the corner follows. What does that mean? They in man. They in man. Like, there's so much positive stuff. Like, bro, listen to me. And that's why a guy like Patrick Mahomes said after he won the Super Bowl that he didn't really even know how to read defenses like that. I'm going to tell you why. Is because, bro, you don't really have to know how to read defenses. What you got to know how to do is identify defense. See, reading a defense is like, when they say reading a defense, they're talking about Torah cards, being able to predict the future. Listen, there's only a couple Tom Brady's in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's only like one or two of those guys. But you can identify what they're doing by what? Help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're in man coverage. Okay, well, go in motion. All right, now he's in motion. Oh, what did he do? What did the safety do? What did the corner do? Oh, okay, they're in man. Okay, that play might not work. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that your offensive coordinator does to help. There was too many times last year where the Dallas Cowboys came out there, lined up, looked at the defense, and said hike. Like, bro, you're going to tell me you're not going to make one adjustment?
Right, and then you never know what the defense actually is in until after the ball is snapped. Yeah, like, they could be showing two high safeties, and the moment the ball is snapped, somebody is running into the box.
Yeah, like, bro, for real, you're not gonna make one adjustment. So you just gonna believe what they're doing is what they're doing. Okay, yeah. You basically doing the defense's job for them.
Yeah, not too many defenses in the NFL today are just running basic vanilla coverage and just showing it to you. And even if you think you know what they're in, they can still have a wrinkle. Like you could think it's zone coverage when it's really rat coverage where they're passing is off.
Mm-hmm. Which is almost like a little bit of a man because they're touching them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's getting a hand on somebody.
So you never really know at this level because these guys are making millions of dollars, defensive coordinators, to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, and then think about this. Now defenses are now moving like offenses, bro. Like defenses have just as many shifts as offenses do.
And they have just as many athletes at this point.
And the reason being is because defenses want to know what the offense is doing, bro. The exact same reason why an offense motion is the exact same reason why defense do spy coverages and do all types of different things. Why? Because everybody wants a pre-snap advantage. Before you snap the ball and I got to run into you, I want to have as much information as possible.
Yeah. And even if you show blitz.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, bro! I was just about to say that.
And have no intention of coming. You can make them change their protection just by what you show them.
Exactly. And bro, I was just about to say that. I was literally just about to say that. Like that's why defense in that, like showing blitz or like stunting the blitz, like they'll have the strong safety come in and they'll just overbear him on one side, right? And they'll see if the offensive line shifts. If the offensive line shifts to that side, then guess what? They coming, bro. They coming. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, then guess what? That might be the blank side. So yeah, man. I mean, that's the advantages. I mean, that's the type of stuff Dan Quinn does. That's why you see Micah Parsons over the guard. Why you see Micah Parsons over the tackle. You know what I'm saying? Putting them wherever you can.
And then once you do it so many times, you bluff it so many times, and you finally come, you're going to catch them off guard.
Facts. And that's when a big play happens. Hey, man, we've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes, man. We've been rocking, man. I appreciate you for rocking with us, man. Hey, we're going to be back on here next Tuesday, man, for another late night Cowboy, man. We're going to try to get in here for another, probably try to do another day show, too. Try to get a show during the day, you feel me? But until then, man, man, I'm your boy West Coast. Hey, man, GA, let them know where they can find you at, man. And, hey, let them know what articles you working on.
Man, I'm working on an article, just breaking down the Cowboys' success running the ball. And I'm also working on an article I got a lot of stuff, man. Just follow me and hit it the more. I'm gonna put y'all on, man. It's HENNYTHEMOOR. Hit it the more.
All right, for sure. All right, man. So, hey, man, it's your boy West Coast, and you already know it.